spot that they were in last year, that opening game upset win over Toronto in their first round.
Their two starting forwards are both out, Jonathan Isaac and Aaron Gordon, so they're very much undermanned.
That is Vucevic to the right. And that's the part of his game, of course, still heavily in development. Antetokounmpo right to the...
Can get back and set and load up to him.
48 to miss three. And then Eric Bledsoe, the quick answer. Did play in the final 5 seeding games. Trying to get his fitness and game back to where it was. Vucevic.
Years running with that philosophy. Shut down the paint, don't foul people, rebound the ball.
Lopez going left. There's so many different facets to this guy's game. He goes glass and
three. He hit a mid-range jumper, and he's gone into the post and scored. Vucevic is
in this series. All-star each of the last 2 years for Middleton. 48, that's a good sign.
33% from the floor, 30% from the three-point line.
Middleton, another missed three. They get it back. Matthews drills a triple.
Well, it is, and what the Bucks are dealing with, a lot of teams have gone through. When you're on the rise like they were a year ago, built especially their defense around the abilities of those 3 guys. They have none of them. So Gary Clark starts. They've made it work out of necessity, but it's certainly not ideal.
Oh, nice finish by Fultz. Nicely played by Marvin Williams. So 4-point lead for the Bucks. Middleton got it.
Beloved among the people that we've been around in the NBA.
Happy birthday to Mrs. Van Gundy.
You wouldn't be here right now in the playoffs, I tell you that.
DiVincenzo slices his way. A couple of minutes here, and since then it's a 15-3 Milwaukee run as they've opened up this 11-point lead. Terrence Ross.
He's going to give a great effort all the time. We see him running the floor there.
Giannis back the other way for Milwaukee. Kicks out. This is Kyle Korver, the marksman, sticking one from deep. Nwundu taking the temperature of the defense outside. Here's Ross shaking DiVincenzo and hits.
Nwundu and Gary Clark, who play hard but are not great offensive players. So
Terrence Ross injecting some offense quickly. 6 points in 4 minutes off the bench. Antetokounmpo. Consistency. That's a scary concept for the rest of the NBA.
It is, but I don't think it'll ever get to the point that
more aggressively looking for his shot so far here in Game 3.
Yeah, he certainly is, and he's hit a couple of tough ones. I don't think the defense on both of those. He hasn't gotten anything open or easy.
Nice looking stroke by DJ Augustine, and then Antetokounmpo at the other end.
Every time he missed, I was shocked, and I had a sigh of relief.
Giannis turned. Connaughton thought about it, puts it on the deck, and slithers to the rim.
Good job of keeping the ball out of the paint and away from the rim. Not so much today. Guys won't. It's one of the reasons Ross is so hard to guard.
And what a pass by Augustine as Giannis just keeps on coming. Heritage.
Oh, absolutely. He's changed the entire outlook of the Magic organization. They're just unable to keep Milwaukee away from the rim. Plus, Milwaukee's defense is stepping up. It's been the defend better. That our fast break keys off of our defense, we're seeing that today.
Augustine. Vucevic against Lopez. Bottled up. Augustine off 1 foot, and he hits. See the bench scoring, favoring Orlando. Lopez from the corner. Got it.
That's up. Bledsoe from the opposite slot ran a diagonal cut toward the basket into the lane. They
looked in that. Orlando's still down 11. Middleton builds on that.
Middleton for the easiest shot he's had in this series, a wide open 3.
Middleton again, and he's fouled. Middleton 10 points, 4 of 8 from the field. 48 coughs it up. Williams ahead of the field to Matthews. Matthews left open, fires and buries it.
Himself a chance to stay in this game.
Vucevic, mid-range jumper short. 8 straight points for Milwaukee, and now look at the other end of the floor. Oh, Marvin Williams and Ennis have to be separated, and Ennis has bottom of your picture, fighting for the rebound. You saw Williams take the shove and then step in, and that was what got under Ennis's skin. And right there. Stan, we'll see how the officials deem that. Was he flailing his arms to create space and get Williams off of him, or was that a punch?
The Magic, I mean, we've already talked about their top three forwards are out. Al-Farouq Aminu, Jonathan Isaac, and are going to have to be absolutely outstanding on the defensive end of the floor.
Wesley Matthews had those 7 early points. Haven't heard much from him since. Here he comes, leans into Lopez. Pretty big.
Point range.
Antetokounmpo sizes up Gary Clark. Outside, Connaughton. That's good. Coach is talking shop. But, a lot on his plate right now as they try to figure things out shorthanded. In meantime,
Budenholzer went a couple of steps further. They decided to quadruple team him on that last post-up.
Yannis on a 3. It's a 21-4 run by the Bucks. Owundu feeding Vucevic. First Magic into double figures. He's got 11. And with 48 seconds left in a half, it is all Bucks.
Because you don't play the cross screen correctly.
And so far, the Greek stud pitching a perfect game. He's 8 for 8 from the field. Pretty deflating. Orlando looks up and they're still down 25 points. DiVincenzo creeping inside. Handed for much of the year. But till this point, they've just been outclassed by the Bucks. Chris Middleton.
Clifford was heated. He told me one thing and one thing only. He said, we are not competing.
The team shorthanded the way they are as Antetokounmpo is there to turn back Owundu. They get it back to Fournier for an open 3 season. They only went 3-5 in the seeding round games as Middleton hits a tough
over on his pass out.
Fournier, dangerous pass, broken up. Bledsoe the steal. Middleton ahead of the pack. Yannis extends the baseline jumper from
Giannis. When they get the ball ahead of the pack and the defense is back, you'll hear them yell clear. And they're just going to isolate him.
Former 2-time Defensive Player of the Year collegiately in the American. Fultz couldn't put it down, but it's tipped home.
The shot did a great job on the verticality. Kim Birch follows right to the rim. There's no one with a body on Birch.
Paint. And it's a 31-point Milwaukee lead. Long 3 by Ross. Snaps it through the net of his postseason career to begin the series. But he has been kept in check so far here in Game 3. Hill from the corner.
Well-constructed team, and Mike Budenholzer has built a system that fits their person.
What an MVP race it's been. 2 other finalists, James Harden, LeBron James, Terrence Ross, and another 3.
Nick Nurse winning the Coach of the Year, and then the Coaches Association had co-winners.
Talent players or coaches in one spot. Quite like this, as we've seen during the restart in Orlando. George Hill.
Orlando gets a 24-second shot clock violation. This was in the second quarter. The Bucks are up 30. Every single player up.
Offensively, all do the work in practice. There has to be that. And then the other thing is unselfishness. You've got to share the ball.
I'll give them some credit. They fought back here in the last couple of minutes. But still a 22-7 run at quarter. Milwaukee trying to take a 2-1 lead in this best-of-7 series. That is Kyle Korver from deep. 30 seconds of the quarter. Here comes Owundu. This is Ross. Contact and a chance at 4-point play. Final 8 seconds. Antetokounmpo full head of steam down the paint. That is a scary sight.
Had trouble today, but I give a lot of credit to the Bucks defense on this. And I like this lineup that the Bucks go to some. And if you choose to downsize, you're going to have a hard time challenging him at the rim. So
Augustine bottled up by Lopez, who was just called for his 3rd personal. Vucevic. Some moments over the years. 17-point game, and Augustine 6-17.
Well, Orlando's still fighting hard as Bledsoe makes a 3. It's so yet at the same time, we'll move on to the next play. Not going to worry about what happened before. He's going to move on. And a great job. Good ball
comes Augustine.
And unselfish play like we talked about with the Bucks, but he just missed it.
Terrence Ross 7 of 10 shooting off the bench. Here comes Adetokounmpo into the corner for Lopez. That's a three.
So veers back to take away that three-pointer that Vucevic had been getting in the first 2 games and early tonight.
Flick. And the rebound by Giannis. There comes the MVP to the basket. Nasty finish.
The entire roster, all 13 guys, sometimes a 14th guy at times during the year, they're all going to get there.
Guided this Bucks team to a 60-win campaign. How far can they get here in 2020? That is Bledsoe going. We slip past the 4-minute mark, fourth quarter, as Bledsoe steps into a three and hits. You know, the grind of a postseason series, you really lock in with your staff game to game, the adjustments. As that three-point shot for a couple of days, and maybe for the rest of this round, those questions that were being asked of the Milwaukee Bucks.
Rebecca Harlow at halftime, he just wanted his team to compete, that they didn't think they competed in the first half, competed in this second half. You know, they're going to need to do it for a full 48 minutes to have a chance to beat a Bucks team.
It's just amazing. Steve Clifford told us before the game, 13 months ago, he couldn't even shoot a basketball from the free throw line. Oh, smiles.